we talked about anime, the gateway anime. I just wanted, so Philippe has an anime he could talk about as mecha anime, which is Gundam, the best one. The one that has all these model kits. The one that has when you.
So how do you feel about the large Gundam statue that was built?
I think it's dope. I was in Japan in 2017 and I got to see the
OG one,
the OG Gundam that they had over there. They have like a mall, and like the whole mall is not the entire mall, but a bulk part of the mall is like dedicated to Gundam stuff, and there's like an entire Gundam sort of like experience. You get to like. When I got there, there was a huge ass line. Everybody wanted to play like this Gundam game. I guess you could sit down and like almost like a Gundam simulator.
I'll say, was it like a cockpit?
Yeah. It's like a VR thing.
Yeah.
And like they also had like a million figures, super rare figures I've never seen before. And they had it was just like a Gundam Paradise. If anybody's really into Gundam, you have to take a trip to Tokyo and go to.
I'm not heavy into it, but I would still. I know I would still enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy thing is like speaking of like I never watched any of the Gundam series, but I remember it was like the early 2000s when they started putting out the models you could put together. And I did buy one. I put one together. It took me about a week.
So the characters itself are very iconic. Like
definitely,
it's an iconic anime, and I peeked out. I remember I peeked out. You have the Air Max 98 Gundam.
Air Max 98 Gundam.
98 Gundam.
And the only reason I bought them was because they're the Gundam version.
I was like, when I saw them, I was like, yo, Philippe drip on that one.
And shout out to Tanami again for dropping the two.
Yes. Gundam Wing probably like the most iconic one in America. I mean,
and then the other one with the
Big O is pretty cool.
Big O is cool. It is.
That was on Adult Swim. That was the only one of those type of shows like that.
Big O was actually I don't know if you know, but it was actually produced by the same studio that produced the Batman animated series. If you look at it, it actually has a lot of the same style and cues. Like,
I had no idea.
So it was like the same. Maybe I'm wrong about it, but it was definitely related to the original Batman that came out in the 90s. Yeah, the character even kind of looks like Bruce Wayne.
That's true. He does.
He has a butler.
I just remember,
he has a butler. He's
rich. That makes sense.
He's really Bruce Wayne with a robot.
Funny, when I was watching that as a child, I was like, this kind of feels like Batman.
And his mobile fighter, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was all black.
They call it a Mega Deuce.
Yeah, it was all black.
Yeah,
from what I remember. Right?
It's like, this looks very familiar.
Yeah.
Now I gotta watch it.
It's like the same type of like city, like that Art Deco style, like dystopia, Gotham type city. It's really, really similar.
I don't blame you if you don't like when you were a kid, because there's a lot of dialogue and it's like they're like kind of poking at politics a lot, at current politics. Like Gundam 00 is my favorite. It's because they actually have our world where it's the Americas, a European nation, and then the Chinese nation, and they have they just poke at all the politics and like America setting up fake coup d'etats, and then them being the hero to help out, and then China being communist or all this other stuff. But then the hot boy is there too. But if you watch it now and then you see the dialogue, and then when the fighting happens, and then there's no good or evil side. Just like if you like Game of Thrones and you don't know, there's no good or evil sides. There's just people.
Yeah.
And then that's what you'll see. That's what the main appeal is.
My favorite one is Gundam 8th MS Team. It's like more realistic. It's focused more like on a squad of people in the Earth Federation, and it deals more with like the psychological effects of like combat and how they deal with it. And it's it's really interesting. Also, fun fact: the Earth Federation Forces flag looks a lot like the Brazilian flag. And in the original storyline, the Earth Federation capital base was in Jaburo, and now it's in the Amazons. So shout out to Brazil and Gundam.
Shout out to Brazil.
For new fans, Philippe is Brazilian.